What is up, YouTube? KM888 here, and today for you guys I have a sort of a combo tutorial test videos, but on Dueling Book right now. Um, I don't really like doing these on Dueling Book, but I don't have all the cards. We're in a new format now. The ban list has been dropped, and there are some cards that have come back, and well, certain meta decks that have crumbled away. So deck has been changing a lot, and I've been tinkering on it, and I will tinker on it in the future still. But I wanted to do some test hands with you guys. I really don't like Dueling Book. Like the hands that you're getting are like the weirdest. You'll be getting like hands with triple Dark Worm, plus Gate Zero, and then the hand authors you'll get two Gammas and a driver. So yeah, stuff like that. I just hate it. The deck never seems properly shuffled. Um, but yeah, I opened it up and I got a decent hand to work with, and I'm definitely going to show you guys. And afterwards, we'll be going for a second hand to show you that it's actually quite consistent. I will be using some of the new cards that we've gotten, and you'll see how it'll go. Thing is, I don't really have all the cards yet in real life, and some will only come out in next week into the sneak peek. So we'll see when that comes up. So yeah. First things first, we're gonna actually activate the servant. It is actually a no-brainer. We're gonna go for the Dragon Shrine. We're gonna dump the Destrudo. It's standard play. Um, I'm not gonna like. I don't really care about hand traps at this point. I just want to showcase my combo. So yeah, let's special summon the Dark Worm, and we're going to search for the Gate Zero. As you can see, you get sudden glimpses of the deck. That's kind of nice for you guys. So yeah, let's see what we can do. I don't really want to banish my combo pieces right here, so I'm going to normal summon on beforehand. I'm gonna keep the servant for later. It's actually kind of a bad play because I don't have anything to protect my Electromite. But as I said, I don't care about hand traps right here. I just want to showcase the combo and everything that I want to do from it. So Electromite, final card. So I'm going to use the effect of the Electromite, and I'm going to send a, now what's it called? Harmonizing Magician. So to the extra deck. I'm going to scale the Gate Zero. Again, I wouldn't do this play in a tournament. It's a 0 scale, it's 2 scale. It's terrible if the Electromite gets impermanence right here, you're done for. But only for combo tutorial, I'm definitely going to do that right here. I'm going to get my Harmonizing, and I get to draw. So I drew Duelist Alliance, which is an amazing card. I can pump up the counters on Endymion, on the Jackal King later on, and so on and so on. So I'm definitely going to activate those already, because as soon as I special summon the Harmonizing, everything's done. So then I can't activate the Pendulum Call anymore. Now the thing is, because we already have a Harmonizing, I'm just gonna add a second one. So I'm gonna ditch the Harmonizing. I don't really care what I discard, as long as I have a high and a low scale to Pendulum Summon with. I'm just fine there. I'm gonna go with Black Fang to hand and the Harmonizing. Second copy. There we go. Right here, gonna scale the Dragon Pit. I realize I'm at 5 counters already on Servant. It's only important for your players in America, because you guys can actually activate this twice if it gets ashed. So in Europe, we're least fortunate. So yeah, I'm gonna Pendulum now, and I'm going to Pendulum the Gate Zero. I'm gonna Pendulum the Dark Worm, the Black Fang, and the Harmonizing. Um, I'm gonna Pendulum the Harmonizing right here. The Black Fang is gonna come down here. And now we're gonna use the Harmonizing's effect to summon purple. At this point, I'm gonna go into the card tracking combo. Purple Poison gets banished because it's summoned from the Harmonizing. You really don't mind or care at all. And now for the first card, that is gonna be a change. So we're gonna use the LP's effect, and we're going to special summon our newest boy, Tempest, Dragon Ruler of the Storms. An amazing card to be added back into the roster. I love it. It's a really good card, and it will be able to summon itself twice, so that's really good. We're gonna overlay the Gate 0 with the Tempest. Remember, we can only summon dragons because of the LP, but that's not a problem. Absolute Dragon is a dragon, so it's really cool. And right here, we're going to link summon these two away into Dragunity Knight Romulus. Now, Romulus, first of all, it's a card, it will come out in the next core set. And the sneak peek of that set is actually this weekend already. It's Saturday, Sunday, and then next week it'll be playable. I'm definitely going to try and get one as soon as possible. But this card is gonna push Pendulums a little bit further once more. It's another dragon, you can go into it. Has amazing link markers, and you'll see why right here. At this point, you're gonna do Chainlink 1, the Romulus, and Chainlink 2, the Absolute Dragon, because it's sent to the graveyard. You're gonna get a Vortex Dragon. And then with the Romulus's effect, you get to add a Dragon's Ravine to your hand, which is actually really, really good. Now, at this point, you want to get rid of that Romulus again because your markers are all wrong. You still have to go to Agar Pain. So what you're going to do is you're going to use the Tempest's effect in the graveyard. You have exactly 2 dragons. That'll always be that way because the combo is built like that. So you get to special summon it, and then you get to send it to the graveyard with the Romulus to go into the Agar Pain. Now, at this point, sorry I say that too much. Agar Pain effect, special summon the Hot Red Dragon Archfiend Abyss. We already have 2 hard negates right here. The Hot Red Dragon doesn't destroy sadly, but yeah, it is what it is. It just negates it, but it's fine. It's really good. And now we're going to go into the Heretic Seal Heavenly Spheres. What you can do right here, it's actually pretty cool. I'm gonna go and because now we're free to summon anything. Again, we aren't locked into dragons. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna summon the Cyframe Lord Omega, and we're gonna start ripping cards from our opponent's hand. That's actually really cool. So we're gonna banish. We're gonna rip a card. Now, what I tend to do is I'm gonna give them a token. This represents the number of cards that are ripped from their hand. It'll only be 1, but it's significant in the end board to look at. It's actually fun that way. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to trigger the Servant of Endymion. We're gonna get rid of all the counters, bar 1, and we're going to special summon it. I don't care in what zone. And we're going to special summon it together with a Jackal King. Now, you can also summon the Endymion right here, give it a counter, depending on what you want. Is it a monster deck like Thunder? You're probably going to want to put up a Jackal King because it's a monster negate. If it's a deck like still Sky Striker, it is viable, so people will be trying to play it. Or anything with traps, you can just summon the Endymion and have that on the field with a counter. So it's also really good. I'm going to go for the Jackal King and I'm going to give it a counter. Right here we have 2 options. We can straight up go for Dragon Ravine, discard the Desires to send Destrudo to the graveyard, and that's actually the safest option. I could go and activate Pot of Desires and discard and maybe banish the Destrudo, but I wouldn't really like that. So what I'm actually gonna do is I'm gonna discard the Desires and I'm going to dump the Destrudo into the grave that way. Now we will see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, including the 2 draws. We would have drawn to Foolish Burial and the Cyframe Driver. It would have been a free Foolish Burial at this point, but we would have lost so many cards that we could still use, so I don't know if it would have been a great payoff, but in this scenario, we actually still get the Destrudo. We have full combo, so why risk the Desires? The Destrudo effect on the Servant, we're going to special summon it by paying 4,000 life points. And right here, we're going to Synchro Summon. This goes to the bottom, this goes to the extra deck, and we're going to get Cyframe Lord Zeta. Now, the cool thing about this field, we have used Cypher Lord Omega's effect. So we have banished a card from our opponent's hand. We have two hard negates in Vortex Dragon and Hot Red Dragon Archfiend Abyss. We have a monster negate. We have a card that banishes a special summoned monster from the opponent in attack position, like any Link monster, basically. And we also have our Heretic Seal of the Heavenly Spheres, which it's just really good because this card is just a nuts. Just bounce another one. And as you see, we only have like Dragon Pit in the scale, but do we really care? We still have Tempest in the graveyard for next turn. We have 3 dragons, so we can definitely use this. It's just another card that we can use. It's a big beater to get onto the field, and we're going to get the Omega back. So uh, I like the field. It's exactly what I want to showcase. So that's actually the basic combo. We're going to try and emulate that field every time, but it won't be possible every time because you sometimes you won't draw the servant. The access to the guard dragon combo is a little bit harder because you didn't draw shrine or dark worm. Even though like we have ravine, we play 3 shrines, we play foolish burial and 3 dark worms itself, so it's 8 copies. There's still chances that you won't get it. So yeah, let's reset the deck. I hope that Dueling Book doesn't get a crisis here. Sometimes it doesn't show like the entire deck, so it's really weird. Okay, we drew the Tempest, not a terrible thing. Let's see what we can do. We're gonna go for Mastery, and all right, the deck is fine. I'm gonna go with Servant, activate it, Chronograph, use the effect. Oh, one counter. Time Gazer, and as you guys see, I also don't have access to the Guard Dragon play, so it's really terrible. We're going to normal summon. I'm gonna make Electromite, and I'm going to send the Dark Worm because we just have to. So let's see if we draw into anything that we can actually use. We're gonna go with Endymion, getting a counter on the Servant. We do need our high scale, so what we could do is Pendulum Summon here, but we would miss out on a card from Electromite, which can be crucial. So we're going to use the Electromite's effect. We're going to put the Endymion in the extra deck and just get it back. So we get a draw. And we're drawing into another Servant. That's actually terrible. We're gonna activate our Endymion again, getting another counter on the Servant. And right here, like you can't Pendulum Summon the Servant in your hand because you want to use the Servant's effect that you have on the field to go from there. So let's see what we can do. We are going to Pendulum Summon, and we are going to, let's see, we always have to summon the Dark Worm right here. We're going to need a monster, like any monster at all. So this one doesn't matter. I'm going to summon the Purple Poison right here. And I'm going to summon the Tempest right here. This is all the Pendulum Summon I'm going to do right here. Because, well, we need these. Yeah, exactly, basically. Exactly like this. Now we're going to use the Servant's effect because we want our Guard Dragon combo at least to be safe, so we're going to summon it. And we're going to use the Servant for triple burst fodder, so we're going to summon the Servant in this zone. And the Jackal King, oh, right here, in this zone. We're going to activate the Servant in our hand, just because we need more counters on the Jackal King, of course. And now the combo just starts all over again. I hope I can fulfill it, but I'm not really sure. The funny thing right here is I'm gonna have to go into the Strudo with the LP for another level 7, so we don't really need the Ravine, but we're still going to get the Ravine because it's an additional plus, so yeah. At this point, making the triple burst. There we go. LP's effect. Summoning the Destrudo, going into Absolute. And this is actually fine. Like last time, when we link summoned these two away, we went to the other extra monster zone because we had to summon the Vortex Dragon in the utmost right zone. But now there's a purple poison there, so we can't. So we just have to summon the Romulus right here in the leftmost zone. And that will trigger both cards again. So we are going to do Chainlink 1 Romulus, Chainlink 2 Absolute. This way you kind of block Ash Blossom there, but it's kind of weird because why wouldn't they have Ash Blossomed earlier? Yeah, you never know, like weird people. We're gonna get the Dragon Ravine. It's not important for now, but we can activate it to accumulate more counters on both Servant and Jackal King. It could be a possibility. Right here, it's just standard combo again. We're gonna banish the Triple Burst and the Absolute for our Tempest. And we'll be able to go straight into the Aggerpain. Aggerpain's effect going to activate, and we're going to get Hotwrecked Dragon Archfiend Abyss. Link summon these two away into the Heliosphere, Heretic Heavenly Spheres, whatever. And right here we're going to use the Strudo effect. So the Strudo on the purple poison, paying 4,000 life points, we're still at 4,000. And we're going to put the Strudo to the bottom, purple poison to the extra deck, and we'll be getting a Zeta. Now the only difference with this combo instead and before the previous one is that we don't have we didn't use the Omega. For everything else, our field is basically the same. The reason that we don't have a Omega is because we only got to Pendulum 3 monsters. It was a terrible draw from Electromite because we couldn't actually summon the Servant because of its clause of being only special summoned once per turn. And we didn't have access to Darkworm in before the Electromite. Oh, I forgot to search my Gate 0 from the Darkworm. That's something I could have done, so it would have still been in my hand, so no problems here. But all in all, it's like it was a terrible hand. I couldn't pendulum what I wanted, but I still got to 5 negates, which is crazy. So yeah, I've done 2 hands. I'm pretty sure you guys get the combo that I'm trying to work with. One thing I'm going to show you guys still is my remaining extra deck. I am playing the Lambda. The reason for it is I am main decking the Gamma engine, 3 Gammas and 1 driver. You probably won't use it as much as you think, but sometimes when you have the Gamma, you rather go into Lambda instead of Electromite, save the Electromite for later, and you can actually try and do your plays while the Lambda is on board. It's something weird, but you have to work it out with the hand that you have, because I can't just show a hand and show you guys how to do it, because it's different every time. So it's actually pretty weird. And then there's also the Daigusto Emerald. I really like that it came back. It's a way to recycle your Electromite. Besides the fact that you have Cypher Lord Omega as well. A lot of people probably agree that you don't need to play the Emerald, because you only need 1 Electromite to build your board, and they probably won't get through it. But in grind games, I'm pretty sure you're going to need the Emerald, and just drawing a card is really good in the game, so why wouldn't you play it? Worst case scenario, you're using an Emerald second effect to revive a driver or the Dragon Pit Magician from your graveyard, and you still have a play there. But in general, like, I really like Emerald, so I wanted to put it in. The only other rank 4 I'm still playing is Dweller. I'm not sure how relevant it's going to be, so that's a card that could change up as soon as the meta has been defined. Could become a Tornado Dragon again, so we'll see. It's all dependent on the meta, of course, so yeah. It's mostly in here still for True Draco, so yeah. For the rest, no surprises in the deck, I guess, so I will be doing the deck profile pretty soon, as soon as I got the cards. So at least I need a Dragoonity link to at first, but I also need a Tempest. I don't have Tempest. I don't know why I don't have Tempest, but I don't have it. And except for that, like, I think the only surprise might be 2 Archfiend Eccentrics in the main deck. I feel Thunder Dragon is the best deck right now. even better than Pendulum probably because it's really consistent as well, and it puts up kind of the same board, and it also rips cards out of your opponent's hands. It's just crazy. But just the fact that it has a general good matchup against Pendulum because you search so much, and Colossus is just problematic, and you don't really want that on the field. Um, well, you could get around Colossus, but then there's a Hot Red Dragon Archfiend Abyss, there's a Hope Harbinger on the field that you need to get rid of, so Archfiend Eccentric actually helps getting rid of Hot Red Dragon Archfiend Abyss or the Hope Harbinger, depending on what other cards you have in your hand. Like, this card can't negate things in the graveyard. This thing, it's amazing. It just either they use the effect on the Archfiend Eccentric and you can go from there just using it as fodder for Electromite, or you tribute it and then they can't negate it. So it's either or. But yeah, that's it for this video. I hope you guys liked it. I think I'm gonna play it like this for now. It's really good. It's really consistent, and even in the hand, well, you saw my hand right now. It wasn't that great. Um, it still puts up big boards, and that's actually really great. Like if I wanted here, I can go Dragon Ravine, get counters on my Jackal King, get a 6 counter on this. I have 6 counters already on the field, and if some more are going to rank up, next turn I have Endymion's effect as well, it's just to blow them out. So yeah, I really like the deck. I'm still gonna play it, and I really hope you guys will follow me in my videos. So see you guys in the next one. Ciao.